Hey, it's Rebecca Undum, your resident groove finder. Happy New Year. It's a new year. We're 6 days into the new year. It's always so crazy with the hustle and the bustle of the holidays. That wraps up, and then all of a sudden it's like, bam, it's a new year. And we're almost a full week into the new year already. I feel like I'm behind. I don't know about you, but um, in this whole idea of finding your groove, you're going to see a lot of changes going on with my business in the next few weeks. First, I'm going to Mexico. Just telling you that. Apparently, I want to rub it in. I don't know. But I'm going to Mexico. It's our first vacation in 3 years. I feel like we deserve it. I think everybody deserves a vacation. Once I come back from that, though, you're going to see a lot of changes. And what you're going to see is, well, you know what? Just wait for those changes. What you're going to see, though, is there's more of these kinds of videos where I'm really going to share, I think, what's on my heart and what I think is on the hearts of other people trying to live a big life. And for me, I'm in a small town. And that's who I'm really interested in reaching out to those of you that feel isolated, that feel alone, that feel misunderstood. And that can come from lots of reasons. Today, we're going to talk about this problem of taking things personally. Because all I know is I feel for me that nothing makes me feel like I'm losing my groove faster than when I'm handed over either a negative comment or just somebody treats me as if they think what I'm doing is crazy or ridiculous. And I know that this happens to more people than just me. And that the truth is maybe what I'm doing is a little crazy and ridiculous, but I can't let other people's opinions hold me back. And so we're going to talk today, just quickly, briefly, about 4 ways that I am finding the courage to move past those comments or those negative opinions, so that I don't let them hold me back. Because one thing I know is that I'm a very sensitive person. So the fact that I'm emotionally attuned to other people, that's empathy. That's a good thing. Compassion, it's a great thing. It also tends to make me a little soft and a little sensitive to the negative opinions of other people. And that fear of rejection will hold me back in a ton of ways, and I know it's probably holding you back too. And so, since it's first week of a new year, let's start off the year right and deal with those opinions head on, so that we can still continue to move forward and do whatever it is that we love. So for you, this might be, I own a business. I own a business that a lot of people don't get. Okay. So I run a couple of businesses that a lot of people don't get. So that for me is where I tend to feel the rejection coming in. But let's be honest, let's be real. This could be like about my haircut, right? How I wear my hair. It could be about a jacket I wear. Maybe this jacket. Maybe you hate this jacket. I have no idea. But it's just all the decision we make where we question what we're doing based on what other people are telling us. So for you, it might be a business. For you, it might be that you're taking on a new hobby. Maybe you're going back to school and getting a degree, and people think it's weird and people think it's crazy. Maybe you're moving somewhere new. Maybe you're dating somebody different. It doesn't matter what it is that you're dealing with, but if you're letting the opinions of other people get in your way, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you today. So the first thing to think about when somebody gives an opinion about what you're doing that you're not happy about, or that you feel a little slighted by, is to assess the relationship. How central, how critical to your world is this person? Okay, and the first thing to think about is that only in the sense that if you're letting the opinions of people that are kind of on the fray get into the inside and mess with your head, that's craziness. We have to protect what I lovingly call the nest, the people on the inside, the people closest to you, your support, the support group. You've got to protect that anyway. But let's just say you ask that question, and you say, well, it's my mother or it's my husband. So those relationships are important, and you can't just easily dismiss them. They are on the inside. So then the other 3 steps that we're going to talk about are going to apply. But assessing just the nature of the relationship, I find in my own life that 80% of the time I'm giving more weight to that person's opinion than they deserve. Not everybody deserves a seat at my table. The second thing, and I made my notes because I ramble and I forget what I'm talking about. The second thing is to really, and this to me is one of the most critical people skills you can develop regardless of what we're talking about. And it is simply the act of really thinking about it from their perspective. So to give you an example, I'm in a network marketing business. Um, there have been times where people, they can say some really harsh things, and it's because there's some total sleazeballs doing that kind of a business. And I'm sorry, I mean, I say that, but it's true, because there's total sleazeballs in all sorts of businesses, right? But it's this choice and this different breed of opinion that comes with network marketing. So whenever I get somebody that says something like, it's not even a real job, you know, why on earth would you want to waste your time doing X, Y, or Z? I really try to think about the perspective that they have, because the truth is, every opinion that a person has about what it is that you're doing or wearing or whatever their opinion is, it's a projection of their reality. It actually has nothing to do with you. And so whenever something happens and we're offended or we're affronted or we're slighted in the least, when you can take a step back and think, well, how would I feel if I were them? At least at that point, you may just think, well, I still don't get it. Or maybe you think, thank goodness I'm not them. You know, or maybe you think, I can kind of understand why they would feel that way. And the whole thing is just to try to have empathy for where they're coming from. Maybe they don't know how to communicate. Maybe they have problems with boundaries. Maybe they have no tact. There's all sorts of reasons why people misbehave, but we don't have to take it personally. If we can try to see where they might be coming from, it really helps. So the first thing is assess the relationship, the quality, the worth of the relationship. The second thing is to put yourself in their shoes, really try to understand where they might be coming from. The third tip that I have for you with not taking things so personally is to not make assumptions. I wrote a whole blog post about this not that long ago. It was called Curiosity Killed the Cat. You are not a cat. I just don't think people ask enough questions anymore. We're really quick to shut down. Somebody might say something that, or they make a comment like your products are too expensive, or gosh, I can't believe you charge that for your talk. Okay, real things that I've heard from people. And right away, you get offended and you assume, well, oh, okay, well, they don't have money, or oh, okay, they're not the right company for me to work with, to speak at. Doing that, you aren't equipped with enough information to actually, it's the coolest thing about, and this is a sales thing, okay, but the coolest thing about somebody giving you it's an objection. They're telling you what their hangup is. So the best thing to do is, instead of assuming you know or just backing off completely, is just to ask them a question. And an easy question to ask, no matter what it is that they said, is, tell me why you feel that way. It's gentle, it's curious, I would say it's a soft approach without sounding pushy or sleazy or salesy or harsh. You just simply ask, tell me why you feel that way. And get them talking about it so you can really understand. And of course, this is barring that you care enough about the relationship in number one. If the relationship's not worth it and they're just being a jerk, which could totally be the case, you move on from that. Okay? So the third thing is ask questions. And the fourth, and probably most important, is to look inside. Because the truth is, if somebody's negative opinion about what it is that you're doing or you're pursuing causes you to lose the spirit, the enthusiasm, or the love of what you're doing, then you don't believe in it enough. And I know it makes me want to cry saying it, like, that's harsh. And I'm one of these people that one of my clients one time told me that I deliver truth wrapped in love. I hope that's how you feel. That's what I try to do. But if we're derailed every time somebody tells us they think we're crazy, or they think our products are expensive, or you're not worth that, or who do you think you are, or fill in the blank with your toughest criticism. If we allow ourselves to be derailed by that, we are never going to make it in whatever pursuit we're taking on, because we're too easily swayed against our own feelings about it. We need to look inside. All of us need to look inside and say, how bad do I want this? How much do I believe in this? Why am I doing this? Because I'm going to suggest a book right now for you that I think it's seriously life-changing for people that are in creative spaces, whether it's, building a business is a creative endeavor. I don't care what anybody says. The book is called Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, the author of Eat, Pray, Love. And the reason I'm suggesting this right now, especially, is that creativity demands to be addressed. And the thing that you want to build, the thing that you want to do, the thing that you're pursuing demands to be created. And when I was writing my book, one of the things that I had written in one revision, I don't even know if it made it into the final version, I had written that it feels to me like, short of taking my heart, like ripping it right out of my chest and removing it from my body, the feeling, the desire to do what I'm doing is not going to go away. It's demanding me to do something with it. If you don't feel that about whatever it is you're pursuing, we're going to be derailed by people's opinions. So in all of this kind of long video, it's longer than I meant for it to be, but this is such a big and important topic because I talk to women, especially. Our male counterparts do not deal with this the same way that we do. They let stuff roll off their backs. It's amazing. I kind of wish I was more dude in that aspect, or that respect. But we as women, we can so easily change direction, change our minds, and we have the right to do that. But oftentimes when I talk with women, they're doing it based on outside influences instead of really asking themselves, why am I doing this? What am I good at? What do I really want? What do I want to pursue? My favorite way to kind of make an analogy, a quick analogy, and then we'll wrap this up is, so this jacket, it's kind of I don't know, like a gray taupey color, and it's made out of leather. You might hate this jacket. Okay, you might be watching this video and thinking, why would she wear that jacket? That jacket is so ugly. And it's because you hate leather. Does that have anything to do with me? It doesn't. Maybe you hate anything in the shade of brown. Maybe you hate earth tones. So should I then, because you're in my world, not ever wear brown again because you don't like things in earth tones? When you break this down to something as simple as what we choose to do for clothing, it sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? Because I think easily we can go, well, I would never not wear a blue shirt if blue's my favorite color because my sister doesn't like it. Well, it's the same thing. We put bigger stakes on people's opinions when it has to do with the thing that we're trying to build a life around. And I understand that. But it's just these 4 easy steps, and they're not easy. And don't ever call them easy. They're not easy to do. Otherwise, I wouldn't need to make this video for you. And I wouldn't be constantly talking to people about how to not take things personally. This isn't about confidence. It's about belief. And they're different things. It's belief in what you're doing, belief in what you're pursuing. So assess the relationship. I need to look, right? Assess the relationship. Try to see things from where they're coming from, their perspective. Ask questions, don't make assumptions. And then the 4th is to look inside yourself and really ask the tough questions of yourself. Why am I doing this? What am I trying to accomplish? Is this really what I want? So with this video, I was going to say quick. It's so not quick. I hope that it changes your mindset today about what other people's opinions and thoughts really mean to you. And it's a big fat 0. Unless you can take something that you're given and feedback and improve it and make yourself better, it can't hold you back from what you're trying to accomplish. So for this first week of January of the year of our Lord 2016, I wish you a most successful year. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear what it is that you're struggling with. If challenge me on this. If you find these 4 tips to be completely unrelatable and completely unhelpful, I'm actually open to that opinion. So please let me know what you're struggling with. Reach out, comment on the video in the Facebook feed, or wherever you end up finding this, and let me know. Okay? Here is to a super successful year. We'll talk to you soon.